What's up, everybody? Happy Monday evening. Happy Memorial Day. Welcome to another episode of TreeCityTrading. Got a lot going on in this episode. We'll be taking a look at Bitcoin and crypto charts. Be taking a look at some Pulsechain farms. I think it's time to make a move on some of the farms, so probably take some of that incentive token, turn it into some more Zen FTs. And then also going to take a look at DBZen. I think I have some ETH fees to claim. Might be gas fees are looking pretty low on Ethereum right now, so looks like it's a good night to make some moves. I think I have some mints over on Polygon, and Phantom we'll take a look at. And then yeah, we'll keep it brief tonight. Kind of a late stream. I'm off work tomorrow, so I'm pumped. But just to start off, we'll take a look at Bitcoin on the daily. Let me turn this music down just a little bit. How's that sound for you guys? Too loud, too quiet? Let me know. But earlier in the week, we had Bitcoin in this falling wedge. You can see it was kind of bouncing around. One thing we noted was the 200-week moving average, a simple moving average, which is holding solid. It came down, touched it twice, bounced right back up, looked like a double bottom, and we took off. So we had four solid days in a row, big green candles. But what's interesting, it actually came back to the top of our pattern, and it wicked up to the top of the pattern perfectly, and now it's coming back down. So I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back down quite a bit over the next couple days. Again, we're looking at the daily chart, so this is kind of a slow move to play out, but we have a couple targets here. We have this resistance right here, right around 27,000. We have our 200 week, which is coming up. That's going to be right around 26,700. Probably hit right there. And then we have the bottom of our falling wedge, which is right around 25.5. So we have a couple targets here. We'll see what happens over the next week. But just as things start to get bullish, I kind of find this pattern here. So we might have some more sideways movement. I'm really hoping this turns around and breaks out of this falling wedge and we see some big gains back up to 30,000. That's what the sentiment's starting to feel like. And usually when the sentiment turns bullish like that, we kind of get pulled back down to reality. At least that's what's been happening in the bull market so far. Let's take a look at crypto bubbles, see what we got going on today. And as always, so we're sipping out of our Zen Mint Your Future mug from zenmerch.store. Definitely check out the Zen Merch store. All right, so over the last day, quite a bit of red, but kind of the opposite of yesterday. Today we have the Pulsechain ecosystem moving quite a bit. We have PLS up 9.5%, PulseX up 7%, Hex up 6.5%, and then we have a couple coins moving big to the downside. We have Optimism down 9%, all the way down to $1.50. This might be a solid buy right now. We have Render down 8%. I've been looking for a solid buy on that one. I have not bought any Render yet, but that's looking solid. That seems to be moving with Nvidia right now, which is pumping. Casper down 6%, Stacks down 4%, Phantom down 5%. So we have some big moves to the downside. After pumping for a couple days, it's to be expected. We kind of got to the top of our pattern, and now we're just cooling off. Let's head over to Deck Screener, see what we got going on over on Deck Screener. We'll go through each of our watch lists. We'll start off with the main watch list as always. We see PulseX up 7, PLS up 6. So yeah, same with crypto, as we saw in crypto bubbles, those are moving up again. Pulse ecosystem is moving up. Unfortunately, DBZen came down quite a bit, down 16% on the day. Hanging strong right around $11, but anytime this gets close to $10, $11, I think it's a good time to buy it, start staking it. So I might make a purchase with that from my DBZen dividends, or my fees that I'm collecting from DBZen. We see Phoenix on Ethereum down about 10%. Zen on Ethereum is down 5%. Zen Doge is down 1% on the day. Very little volume on Zell and Zen Doge. Only 3 transactions for $100 in the last day. It's kind of disappointing to see. Same with Phoenix, only 10 transactions. Really not much moving on though. It is a holiday over here in the US anyway, so low volume on everything, including Bitcoin right now. Let's switch over to the Pulsechain system, and we see ecosystem over here is moving quite well today. We have Hex up 19% versus DAI, and this is P-Hex. This is the Pulse Hex, the real Hex. We have the P-Zen, which is the Pulsechain Zen, up 10%. We have PulseX up 7% versus DAI. PLS up 5% versus DAI. Incentive token up 3% versus DAI. Incentive token still down quite a bit, but it's hanging out right around $36. So that's good to see. Hopefully that found a bottom. Take a look at the incentive token chart here. And yeah, I mean, we kind of had it in this wedge, and it's starting to make higher lows, which is good. I mean, it's moving slowly, but it's definitely making some higher lows. So hopefully that continues. We would like to see it get out of this little white box, though. It's kind of just ranging sideways right now. What's up, Danny Boy Nelson? Welcome, welcome. Let me know if there's any charts, any projects you want to talk about. We're just talking about Hex and Zen and Pulsechain right now. Back to the watch list. Let's see here. So we got our Zen ecosystem. Things are looking down. We do have Zen Doge versus Zen is up quite a bit. So that's good to see. I think what's happening here is Zen's falling a little harder than Zendoge, so Zendoge appears up 17% versus Zen. We got Phantom Zen up 2%. That's good to see. And then the bigger chains are kind of taking a hit today. Matic Zen down 15%. That's unfortunate. I bet that's fallen below my buy zone. Not quite. I was able to catch these wicks right around 15. But this is starting to heat up again. You can see we're kind of in this fallen wedge pattern. I'd be surprised if this moved up here. And we start kind of stair-stepping up. That's usually what happens. So we kind of consolidate, we move up, consolidate, move up, consolidate, move up. Hopefully we start doing something like that on the Matic Zen, especially going into the XSHIBA launch next weekend. Binance Zen down 12%. AVAX Zen down 3%. It's starting to come back to reality. Let's go take a look at Phoenix. Phoenix down quite a bit, very low volume. Don't spend too much time there. Take a look at DBZen, and everything's red over here in DBZen right now. Binance DXN down 20%, ETH down 16%, but still holding up, holding above $10 at 1133 right now. So that's good to see. We got the Phantom Zen down 7%, Matic Zen down 7%. So people just taking profits, low profits on low volume. That's usually what happens. Shout out to the 5 watchers. Hope you guys like, subscribe, and share. We're just hanging out, looking at some charts, looking at some of the ecosystem projects. If there's anything you guys want me to look at, just let me know. But now that we have some low gas right now, it's down to 23 Gwei. I'm sitting on 0.022 fees to claim, which, what is that? It's like $40 right now. So I might have enough to mint his NFT. Let's see what we got. So I have 20 bucks in ETH here. Let's go ahead and collect this. This will probably cost like $3 or $4 to claim. Let's see. Try to save a little bit on gas here. We'll set it to 25. Take me down to 485. What I really should do is burn. I need to keep up with my DBZen supply, but I'd like to get some more Zen, really. That's really what I want. So I'll give it a second here. I did kind of do some low Gwei. There we go. So I got my fees. So now we're up to 64 bucks. Ooh, I don't think that's going to be enough. So let's take a look. So now we'll head over to Zen.network. Make sure we're on the Ethereum chain. Pull up ZenFT. And as you guys know, I'm doing the ladder strategy, so I keep my mints laddered out over time. That way I constantly have Zen coming in. Right now I'm shooting for every 2 weeks. I have the first couple days after Zen launched, I loaded up 2023 on individual mints. So I did the 30-40 wallets. I have mints coming in all individually in these different wallets. However, I stopped at the end of 2023. So in 2024, I'm doing the same thing, but with ZenFTs. So that's why my ZenFTs start in January 2024. You can see every 2 weeks. So on the 1st and the 14th, I'm shooting for. Sometimes it gets a little wonky. So 6/14, 7/1. So the next one will be 7/14, 2024. I'm gonna try to do 5 VMUs. I'm gonna set it to collector. And I'm basically just taking my DBZen gains and turning it into ZenFTs. And then once these ZenFTs mature, I'm going to take it and burn it for DBZen and just kind of keep that whole process going over and over and over again. And this is on Ethereum. So hopefully these are going to be worth a lot. But what did I say? This is 7/14. So we're going for 7/14, 2024. So that's about 412 days. Little 5 VMU. Hopefully it's under, what did I say? I have 75 bucks. Yeah, we should be able to get that. And I'm actually going to set it a little lower. So right now, gas is sitting at 26 Gwei. I'm going to shoot for like 24. Oh, it's actually at 23.7. So let's go for 23. We'll go 23.5. So it'll be about $60 for this 5 VMU mint on Ethereum. And this is just with my, I basically pulled 0.025 out of DBZen. I had $25 of Ethereum just chilling in this wallet. So I'm gonna spend $60 on this NFT and I'll be able to claim it in 412 days. I wish I had enough Ethereum to be doing the max mints like we do on Polygon and Phantom and Avalanche, but I'm not rolling in it like that. I gotta try to maximize my profits. So I do these small, 5, 10, 20 VMU mints over on Ethereum, and I spread it out over time. That way I always have new Zen coming in, so I can do things with like DBZen and Zen Doge and Zen Shiba. Kind of gives me a, not really a residual, I guess it'd be a residual, yeah. What's up, D Angel? Welcome, welcome. We're just hanging out. Shout out to the 7 watchers. Hope you guys like, subscribe, and share. Just going over some Zen things, I got some mints due, so figured I'd just hang out, talk about Zen, collect on my mints, do my thing. Hopefully this goes through. I set it for 23.5, and it looks like Gwei's sitting at 24 right now. But we'll let this run. We'll come back to it in a little bit. Let's switch over to Matic. Hopefully we can find a good Matic RPC. These have been killing me lately. So right now we got 3.2 Matic. Show me some NFTs, come on. All right, first try, that's nice. Yeah, I guess I don't have any due today, unfortunately. So my next one will be due in 3 days. And this is when my every 2 weeks starts. So every 2 weeks we'll have a Zen mint to do. And that's going in. Hopefully I'll be able to get it to where we have one every week, but so we have one in 3 days. Looks like it's going to be only 100 million Zen, so it's kind of a short one. It's only a 13-day. It may not be profitable even, but we might use that for Zen Shiba or something. Let's go take a look at Avalanche. See, I think that one's also due on June 1st. I got one on June 29th over here on Avalanche. That's cool. Well, that's 2024. So I'm just setting up 2024 here, it looks like. Oh no, here we go. I don't know what I'm looking at. So kind of starting to get it going on Avalanche as well, so that's good. These are pretty short though. Only a week. That's probably not going to be profitable, but that's okay. Take a look at Phantom here. What's up, ARS6? Welcome, welcome. Let me know, can you guys hear the music okay? Do I need to pump that up at all? Let's see here. Yeah, so basically all my next mints are due on June 1st. So that should be exciting. Let's switch back to ETH, see if that Zen NFT minted. Not yet. Not yet. And actually, yeah, we'll keep that going. All right, let's switch over to Pulsechain now. Kind of switch the frame of mind over to Pulsechain. I got my farming going on. I think it's going to be time to collect some incentive token. I found this pretty sweet tool I wanted to show you guys. What's it called? Incentive. Should be my favorites here. All my fucking crypto bullshit. AccruedInc.com. So this is pretty sweet. I like the site. It doesn't do too much, anything too complicated. All it does is tells you the amount of ink that you have to claim. So if I come over here, Accrued Ink, I put in my address. Basically says I have 0.644 ink available to claim, and it's about $23. So that should be enough for his NFT. Let's go take a look. Got about 36,000. I just want to make sure I don't run out of PLS. So you can see on our pools here, we're still down quite a bit. We took a hit, down about $15, $20 in an impermanent loss, but the amount of PLS that we have is going up, so I'm happy with that. And also I'm earning these incentive tokens, especially on the Bitcoin farm. That's 687%, so that's kind of our best farm right now. Made about $5 on that in 2 days. So we'll go ahead and we'll just harvest all these. So that's good. It's only going to be 1500 PLS. So we'll go ahead and harvest these. And then my plan will be to sell these incentive tokens for some PLS, and then we'll go mint a ZenFT on Pulsechain. Music's good. Thank you, sir. Still getting used to the epidemic sound. I don't want to blast anyone out, but I also want you guys to hear it, so if it gets overbearing or anything, just let me know. All right, so you can see all our pools are empty. We're waiting on the USDT here. We also got this guy down here. About 27 cents to claim each pool. That's not bad. Probably be like $4 or $5 on Ethereum. All right. Let's go BTC. All right, so now we have all our incentive token. We're gonna go back to the PulseX exchange. I'll pull up the incentive token here, and we can swap it directly for PLS. So $23, it's gonna give us about 140,000 PLS, about 28 bucks worth. We'll go and swap that. The swap's gonna cost about 3,400 PLS, about 50 cents. And that's cool with me. All right, so in a second, you should see our incentive token disappear. We should see our balance of PLS be way more than that. There we go. So we have 173,000 PLS and 0 incentive token. Now I'm going to head back over to Zen.network, and I'm going to take the new PLS that I just created from my Zen token, or my incentive token. And it's just turning into the another mint machine. Every couple days I come over here, I claim my incentive token, I turn it into PLS, and then I create more mints. I'm up to 33 ZenFTs just from doing the same process over and over again. And I'm laddering them out, so every 2 weeks I have a new mint due. So let's see if we're up to 814 yet. Just about. Let me see if I missed any. Kind of want to start doing like the 7th of every month. Maybe we'll start that in 2024. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to do a max mint. I'm going to do January 1st, 2024. And we're just going to try to do now it's going to be every three times a month within, the ultimate goal is to have one every week. So I'll have one due on the 1st, I'll have one due on the 14th, and now I'll have one due on the 7th. And look at that. So we're actually coming away with some profit on PLS. It's only going to cost 117,000 PLS to mint this NFT. So let's go ahead and do it. We'll hit confirm. And I'm just turning my profit into more Zen. And I don't have to do anything. It's just a money machine. You know, I just stake it. And there's always the risk. You know, I put a couple $100 into these pools. I think there's 5 pools with $100 each. And I've probably lost about $50 total to impermanent loss, but I've also made about $100 in incentive token, and I'm ending up with more PLS as the price of PLS drops. So it's really kind of a no-brainer for me. It's just turning into this machine, and then over time I'll be able to claim these Zen mints, and that's the ultimate goal. So hopefully Zen ends up being popular on Pulsechain. You know, we'll have all these Zen mints created. Should be exciting. ZenFT claim successful. There we go. So that's nice. And that's the strategy with Pulsechain. That's what I'm doing with my Pulsechain farms. We'll go back to the swap. I'll show you guys exactly what I put in my pools. So each of these pools started with $100. So this one's down to, it's worth $85. My $50 in DAI is now only $42, but I started with 100,000 PLS and now I have 261,000. So I have more PLS, I have a little less stable coin, I have more PLS, and I have all these incentives tokens that I'm earning. So it's been awesome. What's up, wife? That's my wife, Allie. Welcome to the stream. Shout out to the 7 watchers. Hope everybody has a good Memorial Day. Let's see what else we got going on. It's been nice seeing this little pump over the last couple days. Let's go take a look at the portfolio. I know yesterday we were up like 15%. Leave some for the rest of us, my guy. It's funny. I know, I wish I had some real capital to play with. But if you head over to TreeCityTrading.us, you can track the portfolio we're making. Every Friday night at 8 p.m. I'm DCAing $100 into crypto live on stream. You guys can follow along with the trades. So far, it's been going for 3 weeks. Our $300 portfolio is up to $307 in profits. Like I said, $7 in profit. Our big movers are Ethereum and Bitcoin. We're up $3 on each of those. Big ballin' over here. It's exciting. You can see the ratio I like to keep. Right now we're at 33% Bitcoin, 25% ETH, and then the alts are kind of sprinkled in there. So that's exciting. Tune in next Friday. We'll be doing another $100 DCA. Probably buy some more Bitcoin and some ETH and another altcoin maybe. Also, tomorrow I'm going to be launching a new video about DBZen. So that should be exciting. Did our Zenmin ever go through? Let's go switch back to Ethereum real quick. So cool. Now I got 68,000 PLS just for gas, just to be able to claim some more pool. So I got some more PLS gas. I got another ZenFT just for letting my money sit in liquidity on Pulsechain. It's the move. So what are we doing? Still waiting on this guy to go through. Wonder if it did, but the wallet slow to update. Yeah, it did. Sweet. So we got a new ZenFT. If I head over to zen.network, we should see that. Cool. So we're up to 17 NFTs over on Ethereum. I got about 30 of the classic single VMU mints. Oh, speaking of which, we'll deal with that later. I think I have a classic Zen mint due on one of my weird wallets, but I'm gonna have to move some ETH around. It's gonna get messy. So let's go check out the news, see if we got any crypto news popping off. We'll check out Cointelegraph. Deal to avoid U.S. debt default nixes proposed 30% crypto mining tax, says Ohio lawmaker. Shout out to Warren Davidson, the Ohio lawmaker. According to Representative Warren Davidson, legislation to address the U.S. debt ceiling blocks the proposed taxes, including a 30% tax on electricity used by crypto miners. So that's a good sign. That's awesome. Warren Davidson out of Ohio. Under the proposed bill, there would be a 2-year suspension of the debt ceiling, allowing the U.S. government to continue to borrow money and settle its debts. Basically, they're going to continue to print, and inflation's going to continue to go crazy. In the May 28th tweet, Davidson said the bill blocked proposed taxes, including a 30% tax on electricity used by crypto miners that have been suggested as part of the President Biden's fiscal year 2024 budget. So that's good. That's bullish. We got a lot of bullish news coming out. Sounds like China's getting ready to do some things. Getting rid of these crypto taxes going into the bull run. Getting a lot of states banning CBDCs, so that's exciting. Let's go take a look at coin stats. CoinStats also has some great news. It's kind of aggregated news, so it uses a bunch of different news sources. So what does Decrypt say? Americans may not love crypto, but these top brands are into it. Toyota, Chick-fil-A, Pfizer, Samsung. What is Chick-fil-A doing with crypto? That's interesting. To paraphrase Winston Churchill, don't listen to what they say, just watch what they do. The refrain repeatedly echoes across the mediascape. Bitcoin's dead. Crypto is a haven for criminals. And according to a recent poll, Bitcoin and catastrophically collapsed exchange FTX are among the least liked brands in America. Well, yeah, who the fuck likes FTX? No question. I mean, I can agree with that. But what does Chick-fil-A do? So Chick-fil-A, one of the largest fast food chains in the country and number 5 on the list, has shown interest in crypto-related endeavors. The company filed several trademark applications expressing its intention to enter the NFT and metaverse space. That's crazy. I've seen a lot of companies do that with coupons. Microsoft did that maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. They had these. It was pretty cheesy too. It was more so just they could say they had NFTs, but they were basically these NFT coupons that you can redeem in the Microsoft store. And it wasn't really worth it. I mean, they weren't like super great deals or anything, but they were technically on the blockchain and you could redeem them in their store. So that was kind of cool. Right behind Chick-fil-A is Toyota Motor Corporation at number 6. Sony. Who else? Well, that's kind of cool. Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson says ADA is more decentralized than other crypto. It's because it's a lot easier to stake. There's a lot of different stake pools, staking rewards. It's nice over there. I'm a big fan of Cardano. Meme Lord Trader makes $450,000 from $30,000 by investing in meme coins, SHIB, Pepe, and Zuka. A meme lord trader. Sounds like a slum lord or something. It's a meme lord. What is this garbage? Congratulations to that person. I mean, that's an awesome trade, but a meme lord? That's funny. It's a little too much for me. Pancake swap price skyrockets as play to earn game makes a grand appearance. That's exciting. They were down. I commented on that the other day. Yeah, it was down to like $1.50. Now it's up to $1.70. Still, pancake swap under $2. Wasn't it like 12 or 13 bucks last year? I guess 2 years ago. Let's take a look at cake. Cake got up to $44 and it's under $2 right now. That's wild. I don't know if it'll ever get back up to there. This is kind of how these incentive tokens look. But you never know when they burn a lot of token, but man, those are some big red candles right there. You can see it's kind of coming down and rounding off at the bottom though. So that's exciting. Pulsechain versus ADA. That's tough. I mean, Pulsechain is so new. We don't really know what we got yet. I'll have to come back to Pulsechain in like 6 months to a year to really see how that ends up. You've been farming cake for so long. That's good. That's good. I like Cardano. I have a bag of like 10,000 ADA that's just sitting in the stake pool, making more ADA. I have a shit ton of Cardano NFTs. I'll take a look at my NFTs here over on JPEG Store. That's my favorite one for sure. The Odd Boys NFT. But I got some JPEG junkies. These are from BitBoys guy DZ. Got the rabbit ears with the bong. That's a pretty rare one. I like the Ada shirt with the glowing eyes. That's a cool NFT. I also got the golden Bernard Boys Mafia guy. That's cool. He's a golden retriever. He's one of the rare ones. Got a couple Magic Kongs, including one with the Snek. You know, Cardano has the meme coin Snek that's popping off right now. So I got a Magic Kong over there. Got some Clay Averas. These are actually clay. These are built out of clay, and they take pictures of them and make them into NFTs. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of these weird shoes that ended up being nothing. It's probably a rug pull. Got some MB Society astronauts, some non-fungible devils. These guys are pretty sweet. Got the Cavs jersey. I'm a Cleveland fan. Shout out to LeBron. Got some Yetis, some radioactive Yetis. Got the Kobe Yeti, the Lakers Yeti. All kinds of these NFTs. NFT market's down so much, there's not anything I can do with it. I'm just kind of holding it till the next bull run, I guess. Hopefully some of these projects still exist. But you can see like oh my god, these are so bad. These minted for like 400 ADA. Now the current floor is 120. The highest offer is 100 ADA. That's sad. Salty Seagulls. These used to be hundreds of ADA. Now the floor price is 42. It's a shame. NFTs are hurting. That's what the bear market does, though. What are you gonna do? See what else we got going on. Take a look over at Twitter. Here, let's pop into one of these spaces. See what Udi's saying over here. It's one of the Bitcoin maxi guys.
Rabbi, you are hanging on by a thread here without your orange background. However, you're a very selfish, charitable man, and so you're here on a thread. However, if your background is not orange in the next 24 hours, your privilege will be removed.
Alright, that's a little much for me. Pulsechain is the best. Let's see what these guys are talking about.
However, I will say that I think the reason why people are getting so excited about it is because it finally justifies, or it finally validates that this time the shit, it's an indicator that it's not being gatekept this time.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Too much. Let's see if we got any Zen news here over on Twitter. Anything popping off? Saw JPEG Store has a new app. I want to check that out. That should be pretty cool. Yeah, there's really not too much going on. See if Jack's talking about anything. When gas is low, you mint Zen for sure. Do all the above. So we hit 10 million ordinal inscriptions. That's exciting. That's so many. Dogecoin's gonna have a DRC20 now. Oh my gosh. That's a whole other level of degen right there. Got memes on memes. That's funny. Cool statistic about ordinals. $24 million paid in fees for 10 million inscriptions. Out of that, 7 million in fees. 7 million was paid for by VMPX. I'm still holding my VMPX in my Unisat wallet. It's not much. Got 842. So that's cool. Pulse hex spaces are unbearable. I know. Sometimes they're good. It depends who's talking. But yeah, for the most part, when they're just... Sometimes they just get going. I can't hang. That's funny. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Let's see what's going on here.
And so you hear on the thread.
The wolf of all streets.
Coming in saying
The very toxic maxis are upset about it. Because effectively, they want you to ask them for permission to use their beloved permissionless blockchain. It's just nonsense, right? It's there. Yeah. We are a free society, free to do what we want. That's the ethos of crypto. And if people want to fill the block space with these things, let them have at it.
Yeah. I was looking at the numbers. This is Jack Levin out on Twitter. He's basically coming in saying, hey, possible here for the digital scarcity of Bitcoin blockchain, predicting around a $10 to $50 billion market cap within the next 12 months, just around these BRC20 tokens. So again, that in a market that is down, we're getting ready to go into a recession, and these kinds of activities are taking place. So I think it is a positive overall.
That would be wild. It makes me wish I had more inscriptions, but I really don't. That's cool. Hopefully someone got that. That's pretty sweet. See what's popping in the notifications. Shout out to you, Tech Ken. Welcome, welcome. Every now and then someone provides some alpha. I know it gets pretty rare in those spaces though, right? Let's see what Ben.ETH's talking about.
Wait. So Ben, we want to
just because you have an army of fucking dumbasses.
Wait, we want to get a statement. Hold on.
What about 4 billion? Can you put a number like that?
Exactly. You're
right. An army of people that will just send me money is.
Hold on, Ben.
Money,
official.
Right?
Bro, you're talking 20 million to 4 billion.
Hold on. Official. That's valuation, not cash. Official statement. All right, Ben. Are you saying here today?
But what?
I can't do it. They're just not talking anything. They're saying a lot of words, but they're not talking. I can't hang. Oh yeah. I love crypto Twitter, but sometimes you're right. It is unbearable. Happy Memorial Day, Leo. Shout out Leo Mix. Welcome. We're just hanging out, going over some charts, going over some news. We got any movers this evening? Looks like Zen's down 3%. See where we're at in our pattern here. Are we still holding the bull? Ooh, it's getting close. Let's zoom in a little bit. We're kind of falling through the bowl. Let's bring that down. So hopefully we get this little swoosh, but we got to bounce. You know, it'd be nice if we kind of then slowly retake this liquidity up here. That would be nice. And it might end up looking like something like this, but if we fall down, we're going to end up owing. It's going to be negative Zen. No, I'm just kidding. Phantom's falling out the wedge. Aptos is looking good. That's good. Gal is making higher lows. Fetch is making lower lows. It's not good. XRP looking bullish as ever. See, now it's kind of the opposite of Bitcoin. It's actually coming up on its 200-week moving average. So if it can move above this line right here, this blue line, that'd be really bullish for XRP. Then what we'd probably see is we'd probably see it come back, retest this high over here, and then come back down and try to go. But XRP also depends on the case. Obviously, it really depends what happens with the case. Man, Might be time to buy a little optimism. This is looking juicy right here. This is kind of looking like a double bottom. You know, come down, nice W pattern. Optimism is a solid project too. It should be at least over $2. What did it get up? It got up to 3 something. Yeah, 329. For it to be at $1.50, if it gets back to all-time highs, it's a 2x. Might have to grab another 100 tokens here or something. It's pretty cheap. Algorand looking like a falling knife. H-bar looking like a falling knife. Things just making lower lows. Maddox making some higher lows. That's good. It's got some lows here, lows here. Hopefully this continues to go. If we come down and retake these lows, that's going to be very bearish for Matic. It's a good question, ARS. So ARS says in DBZen, it looks like less than half of the protocol fees per cycle are distributed to burners and stakers. What happens to the other half of the protocol fees that remain in the contract? All right, let's take a look at this. I think what you're referring to are the charts on Zen.pub that shows the claimed. Yeah, let's see. So here's the daily rewards per cycle. But you're also talking about the ETH in the contract. What you may be talking about, so this chart, the claim fees, accrued fees. The claim fees here and here are the fees that people are actually taking out of the contract. So like, just like I did earlier. So earlier I went in there and I claimed my DBZen and I actually pulled it out of the contract. The ETH that's still in the contract are for rewards that haven't been claimed yet. So it's kind of set aside for those people that have staked and they have claims in there that they need to take out, but they haven't taken it out yet. So these daily reward claiming is the amount of claims that are being pulled out. I'm sorry, that's the fee up here, not this one, up here. So this blue line, these claim fees, this is the ETH that's actually getting pulled out of the contract. The accrued fees are the new ETH, is the new ETH. Then the ETH is in the smart contract is the ETH that's due to people that haven't claimed yet. So if I look right here, there's 200 ETH in the smart contract. That means people have 200 ETH of claims that haven't been claimed yet. There's been 11 ETH claimed today, which are people pulling their ETH out of the smart contract and into their wallets. And there's 2.4 ETH fees accrued, which is new ETH from people burning. So hopefully that clears up the question. Let me know if that's what you mean. The ETH in the contract is this number. This number is the ETH in the contract. So if you take everybody's number right here and add it together, that's the ETH in the contract. When I hit this collect button, that's the claim. That's the actual claimed ETH. So that 33 ETH claimed are people claiming their ETH. They're pulling it out of the smart contract. But you can leave it in there, so as it builds up over time, that ETH has to exist, and that's where it exists. It exists in the smart contract. If you look at the transaction cost in the table of burners, oh, gotcha. Okay, so if you're looking at the transaction cost, this is kind of facetious, and that's why they added this partially refunded. And I'm actually going to explain this in the video that's coming out tomorrow about DBZen. This is the protocol fee, but you actually get part of your fee rewarded. So here, I'm going to pull up a random wallet here. Let's look at the biggest burner. So that other half doesn't actually go into the contract. It actually gets returned to the burner. So right here, this is their burn transaction. If you look here, the actual value, they sent about $500 in ETH for the protocol fee, which is 0.27 ETH. However, in the contract, it returns up to half of that. So you can see they got 0.18 returned back to them. That's quite, that sounds like it's a bit more than half. But that's how that works. So it doesn't necessarily, even though his transaction cost here says it was $2,000. This is a bad example because he's done multiple batches. So he has 3 different entries. Let's do one with a single entry. That'll make more sense. So this one only has 1 pool entry. They burn 2,000. I'll put these side by side. All right. So right here, we're looking at this wallet right here, the 0x18C. His transaction cost was $2,137. So his protocol fee was $2,137 or 1.1 ETH. However, when the transaction happens, it's actually built to send some of that back to you. That's what this partially refunded means. So even though he sent 1.12 ETH, he was actually refunded 0.72 ETH, and you can see that it transferred 0.72 back to his address here, the 0x18. So even though his protocol fee is $2,000 here, it actually sent him back quite a bit of ETH. It sent him back 0.72 ETH, which is much less than $2,000 worth of ETH. So that's why the transaction cost looks like that. And they note that with this small little disclaimer here, partially refunded. That's what that means. So even though this transaction costs $2,700, what you really need to do so it says he burned 2138. Here's the 2138, which is 1.1259 ETH. However, he was refunded 0.722. So his protocol fee was really only 0.4 ETH. We'll multiply that by like 1850. So here it says his transaction cost was $2,100, but he really only paid $700 because he got 0.72 ETH back. So even though this says $2,000, it really only cost him $750 for that transaction. Does that answer your question? Hopefully that makes sense. That's kind of how DBZen works. If you're trying to keep a spreadsheet, that's something you definitely want to keep in mind, is the refund that you get when you're burning. So, you know, if I tell ETH, tell DBZen that I want to burn a bunch of Zen, I'm going to burn 6 batches of Zen. The protocol fee is going to be 0.029, but I'm going to get like half of that back. Yeah, it's all about that refund, and they add that here. I think it would be nice if Joseph could figure out how to add the transaction, but I think that logic's a little too much. Yeah, for sure. No, I'm glad I could help. I'm glad I could help answer the question. It's all about that refund, and that. Let's go back to the Git book. So if we go look in the DBZen light paper, that's all about the burning transaction, which is software details, tokenomics, functionalities. So if you look at this here, let me switch screens here, make this big, get my big head out of the way. So this is the protocol fee formula. So you can see it depends on the gas spent and the number of batches. So it takes your gas spent and it multiplies it by basically the number of batches. The more batches that you're burning, the more protocol fee you get returned. So that's why you see these big batchers. His protocol fee was 1.1 ETH and he got 0.7 back. And that's because he had the most batches burned. He kind of get a bonus for the number of batches depending on this protocol fee formula. The calculation for protocol fees built to apply an additional discount based on how much Zen the user burns. The max discount is 50% for 10,000 batches. So you can get up to 50% off your burn. In plain fees, the protocol fee calculations used to calculate fees charged from when they perform the burn operation on DBZen protocol. Basically, it just gets into the confusing protocol. I'm not good with math. But yeah, that's how it's built into the light paper. That's pretty cool, right? Awesome, awesome. Well, I think that's a good note to end the show on. I'm glad I was able to help you out. Take something positive away from the show. You see Bitcoin's here. Oops. Bitcoin's in the top of our pattern here. Hopefully we get a little breakout here. What I'd like to see happen is we come up, touch the top of the pattern, we come back down, then we test it again, come back down, then we go, and we have this little consolidation in this zone here. So we'll see what happens. We'll come back, check that out tomorrow when we're back on the live stream. Hope everybody had a nice long weekend. Hope you guys had a nice Memorial Day if you're from the US. Hope you guys stay Zen. Definitely check out the new DBZen video that's coming out tomorrow. We'll be dropping that tomorrow morning. If you guys have any questions, definitely hit me up in the Telegram. Check out the website, TreeCityTrading.us. My email's on there. Feel free to give me a follow on Twitter at TreeCityWest. And yeah, hope everybody has a good night, and we'll talk tomorrow. Tree City Trading is out.